You have to. Uh-oh. It's about to go down. It is about to go down. Y'all, I've got my tea. Like, I'm ready.
Hey, I got my tea too, girl.
Do you have your tea too?
I do. I am a tea drinker. Okay.
Yes, girl. Look, I'm going to lower this tea so I can really hang out and get comfy.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. First and foremost, let me do it properly, honey. She is the moment. She is the icon. She is a mood. She is Soleil for the gods. Honey, for the cast of Love and Blonde. Love and Blind. For the cast of Love is Blind, a Detroit player herself, Lauren, welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Girl.
First off, let me start by saying, girl, I am so happy to finally talk to some Detroit folk.
Yes.
Dang.
Girl, we're obsessed with you. We're obsessed.
I love y'all.
Now, when did you move to Atlanta?
So I moved to Atlanta probably like about 4 to 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, for those of you who may be like, what's going on? Like, she looks familiar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've heard. Lauren is on the #1 Netflix reality series, Love is Blind. And again, she is from the 313. And basically, this was not only a reality show, but a social experiment.
Yes.
Girl, were you looking for a man before you went into the pods?
Girl, actually, you know what I'm saying? I had got to the point with my dating life where it was so bad that I was almost at the point like, okay, I'm going to just have to die an old rich lady by myself. Okay?
Yes,
I'll pay somebody to be my boyfriend because it ain't working out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had just gotten super independent at that point. I was tired of like failed romances constantly, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know, I had gotten comfortable with me being by myself. But then I heard the opportunity about the show, so I decided. So I was like, you know, what's the worst that can happen? Hey, my mom, I'm tired of her asking me where her grandbaby's at. You can't find nobody in the house. Like, you need to get out and go find a husband. And I was just like, well, you know, what's the worst that can happen? I'll definitely go try, and I'll be open to the experiment. And if something comes of it, then hey, it's a win-win.
Girl, let me tell you. Now, I saw you on live last night. And you said that the show, you guys filmed that in 2018?
Yeah, the end of 2018. So it's been like a year and a half.
I would trust you with my life. How did you keep this? Because I mean, for those of you again who are just joining us, Lauren is pretty much, I want to call you the matriarch of the show.
Girl.
We love you.
Honey. Look.
Love is Blind, and tomorrow night is the finale, or at midnight. The final
at 3 a.m.
Oh, 3 a.m.?
Mm-hmm. Well, tomorrow 3 a.m. So it's going to be available at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. So 3 a.m. we will find out whether or not you said I do.
Ooh,
and I want to say, girl, like, in addition to, like, I don't know how you kept this a secret, especially with every time I Googled you, the internet been trolling you on your heels, hunty.
Girl, listen, I'm telling you, thinking that they matching the paint up with the like that edge of the couch, match this edge of the couch in camera picture. So I know y'all together, like y'all, it's different couches all over everywhere. Okay.
But ma'am, you have been doing your point as well, because again, I want to go back to that live last night. I was like, look at her talking with this hand, and can't nobody see the ring. I was like, but we don't know.
Right. Well, you know, I'm good at keeping secrets, I guess.
Now, going throughout the show, what happens essentially, again, for those who are just joining us, you talk to Cameron through a pod. Well, actually, you talked to quite a few guys through the pod. Yeah. You never saw their face before they got the proposal. Were there any other people that you had connections with, or that you may have, you know?
You know what? I really didn't have like a romantic connection with other guys, although I did have like some friendships. Like, it's a couple guys like Mark, me and him, whenever we would have our dates, we would just kind of laugh and joke all the time. And Damien too, like we would joke about movies and stuff like that, but none of them were like romantic, like how I was feeling towards Cameron. So yeah, I wasn't really feeling anybody else.
Girl, like literally you are the fave. I was watching you and Cameron from my couch like like when you were like, I love you. I love you too, girl. I was crying. Crying.
Yeah, I feel like that moment made everybody cry. Like, ooh It made me cry. Shoot,
yes.
watching it back, I was crying with the rest of the world. Like, this is so touching.
I think the reason why people like we champion for you, like, I mean, no disrespect to the other couples, but the reason like we champion for you guys so much, and we hope that you guys say I do tomorrow morning at 3 a.m.
Right.
That the way that you are on the show is so authentic, and I feel like with other couples, it was like, man, that could not be possibly true, but it was real. Like, even when you talk about you're independent, like you're an independent woman, and you're like, that is a priority for me.
Yeah,
like, yeah, you smooth and sweet, but
my space, like, that's so real. And that was like really important to me too, like throughout the whole process. It's like, I know that this is a TV show and everything, but I gotta be authentically me. Like, I want to be authentic throughout this whole experience. Being in like an interracial relationship on worldwide global TV, like, I don't want to dumb it down. Like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this for real. And it was really important to me to just represent that and be that for everybody to see. And that included me like being an independent woman and being a hermit and enjoying my space, and like thinking of the possibility, like, oh my God, if I get married to somebody, then it's like instantly they're gonna be all up in here. Like, what if I take my space, my alone time? So that was something that was like really serious to me, that I had to like, we had to discuss and talk about.
You asked the real questions too, because I did a topic on the show last night specifically about you. When you told that man, do not use your toothbrush. Girl, we had a Facebook poll, not a Facebook, an Instagram poll, and most people said no, but we had 14% of people who actually said they would let their boo use their toothbrush.
Who is sharing toothbrushes? Girl. And then Cameron actually came out and he did say, he was like, you know, I was talking about in an emergency situation. Look, I don't give a damn if it is an emergency, okay? You better take that finger and you better take that toothbrush and give me one of these. We ain't sharing the toothbrush, bruh.
Girl, I feel like I could see your throat start to itch when he was like,
right? I feel like I could tell immediately, like, you know, I don't know. I'm funny like that though.
Girl, I don't. That's just too much.
Right.
In addition to, you know, everything that happens on the show, one of the most exciting parts is when you guys are whisked away to this little pre-honeymoon, honey.
Yes.
Everybody's like, this is the part, you know, you see Nick and everybody come out. They're like, this is when you guys get physical.
Right.
You can touch now.
Right.
We're going to keep it all the way 100,000. And you, again, this is when I felt like you kept it so real. You was like, that's my man. Like, we're being intimate. And I saw some other girls, I was like, you had to tell the one girl, she was like, did you give up the punani? She was like,
oh, yeah, she's like, I was like, sorry, it was Jessica. I was like, so are you giving Mark the poom poom? She's like, poom poom? I said, girl.
Friend.
Even if you don't know what poom poom is, context clues. We know what poom poom is.
What was it like for your parents to see, like, kind of like that part of the show?
Oh, girl, it's cringy as hell, girl. I was watching it with my dad the other day, and he was like, "Oh, I don't think anybody wants to talk to their parents about their sex life or anything like that, you know." But I was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm an adult. It's a dating show, so you know this type of stuff is gonna be on." So, you know,
girl, when Cameron met your daddy, I was sweating for that man.
I was too, girl. I was just as nervous. Oh, how I left out the room?
Girl, so
look, I started to do the usher hand, like. But no, I just felt like it was important for them to like have some time to feel comfortable with each other outside of me there, because I feel like if I was there, then they both might have been kind of like, oh, I don't want to say this in front of her or whatever. But I'm like, you know, if we're gonna have the possibility of being family, then shoot, y'all need to be comfortable. Y'all need to sit down and talk, like whatever questions y'all got to ask, go ahead and do it. And plus, I just didn't want to be there. I wanted them to have their conversations on their own, because I do feel like that's important.
Yeah, for sure. I want to go back to the moment where you saw the other guys when they brought you guys all together and everyone was a couple. Who was like the one that shocked you the most? Like, oh, that's you?
Like what, in a cute way? Or
well, I mean, anyway.
Oh, that's you? Who did I think? I thought Mark, maybe. I was like, oh, okay, Mark. Okay, well,
was like, little spicy little pepper.
Yeah, you know, so Mark, and then I feel like I kind of had an idea of what the other guys look like. Like Kenny, I kind of wasn't that interested in dating him, so I didn't have no idea what he looked like. So,
right, girl. Now I know editing can happen, and the storylines can possibly be twisted a little bit,
right?
But why does it seem like Jessica, our good sis Jessica, is trying to play Mark like he ugly?
Girl, I don't know if that's editing, honestly. Like, maybe it was, but my whole thing is you better sip that tea, girl. Let me drink some. Hold on.
Right?
But just like everything that you see on the show is obviously something that somebody said, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think that Jessica wasn't really feeling the experience early on.
Yeah.
And I feel like instead of kind of leaving, like, you know, being like, okay, this ain't for me, I'm going to just go ahead and leave. She kind of wanted to stick it out. Mm-hmm. But it really showed throughout the rest of the process that, like, you're not really into this. It's not really benefiting you or him. So, I mean, it probably would have been best if she would have left earlier instead of trying to stay and make whatever happen.
When she got in that bed with that baggy t-shirt on, I already knew she was doing that man. I said,
girl, it was some sad scenes. I was like, oh,
you put that house coat on and got in the bed with that man.
Oh, girl, no. When she got that dog that wine, honey.
I was getting to that next.
I was like, wait a minute, I thought dogs couldn't eat grapes. I for sure know that they can't drink wine.
Jessica, Peter gonna be on your head, sis. They gonna be on your head. So tomorrow night we will see who walks down the aisle and possibly who does. Well, everybody walks down the aisle. It's just who says I do, right?
Right.
Do you know how everything works? Like, you know the end. I'm not gonna ask you, but you know what happens, right? For everybody. Oh, girl.
I do know. Of course I know. I mean, I know the castmates, so.
Do y'all still hang out?
Some of us. Like, I kind of talked to Mark on and off. I talked to Diamond somewhat. But that's pretty much it for me.
How was
other than other cast members that weren't on the show? I mean, featured, like, as the couples.
Yeah, 2 questions. Now, what happened to all those people who were like...
Well, I know that's where everybody's like, what the heck? Because originally it was 30 people, so all you see is like these 5/6 couples.
Yeah.
But basically, the people who you don't see didn't really make a connection. Mm-hmm. So the show chose not to really focus on their stories. Or if they did make a connection and tried to move forward, the story wasn't really strong enough, and they didn't think that it would really keep people interested. Mm-hmm. So they kind of chose not to, feature those stories.
Girl. Now,
which is messed up.
You said what?
I said, which is messed up, Those people like spend all that time and waiting all this time for the show to come out, and they're all hyped like, "Oh, I'm about to see me," and then
oh my God, I didn't think about that.
It's messed up.
Oh, girl, yeah. How long were you in the pod? That pod process was how? Mm-hmm.
So the pod process was probably like about just under 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Yep. But the show, like the editing made it seem like we were in there for like 3 days. Like, I love you. We've been here 2 hours. And to be honest, it wasn't that quick. I mean, even though we did make connections very quickly, because you have to think, we're in there. We don't have phones. We don't have TVs. All we have is each other, our emotions, and a whole bunch of liquor. Okay.
I saw that.
So we're in there talking on these dates for like 16 hours a day sometimes. So if you're doing that for 2 weeks, it's good. Of course, the experience is going to be like sped up. It's not like your regular 2-week dating period. It starts to feel like, dang, we've been in here for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
How did everybody know? Because I noticed this, like when it was time for somebody to get down on a knee, how did everybody know to be dressed up?
Oh, well, because see, and that's another thing. So all of the engagements actually happened on the same day.
Oh,
right. And we were so we were all prepared in case you were to be engaged to. So you dressed the part.
Yeah.
So that's why everybody looked cute on that day.
Girl, I was like, how everybody just, I know somebody finna get down on what
right.
Honey. Okay, so you go through the process. You and Cameron live together. You know, what other couple was closest to you in the apartment? Do you remember? Like,
I want to say Gigi and Damien. They were like right next to us.
Okay. Did Damien try to throw some shade? Because I was watching the last episode. I remember you were sitting at the table.
Yeah,
and
I feel like that was kind of like some weird editing. Because Damien, he's kind of awkward like me. Like, I'm very awkward anyway. And so I feel like he said something. And it was, first off, the energy at that party, at Barnett's birthday party, was so weird anyway. Because everybody was kind of emotional. It was the weddings. You had the whole Jessica thing going on and Amber. Like, it was just hella weird. That's why y'all saw me there with my plate. Like, it's weird as fuck in here. So then, right. On that show, I noticed I always got some food.
Hey.
I love food. What can I say? But so Damien had said something to me, and it was just kind of like awkward. Like, what are you talking about, Damien? Like, fuck you. But then the way that they edited it was kind of like, fuck you, Damien. Like, and then Gigi stormed off. It was just really weird. It
was a drama, girl.
Yeah, it was weird.
I'm just gonna say I was very shocked that like it seemed like Amber. I want to applaud that woman. Now, one of my favorite couple. But you know, I hate to keep going back to Jessica and Barnett, but she was up in that man's face, honey.
She was hardcore at the birthday party, yeah.
With the leg crossed, with the thigh out. I said, "Oh,
like this." Yeah.
Oh God.
Hardcore.
Oh my God. So you and Cameron, back to you guys living together. Your mom comes up. This was a very interesting scene for me. I love this.
Me too.
Not only did it catch me by surprise, but Cameron rapped for your mom.
He did. He did rap for my mom.
Now, in addition to that, I think it's also interesting because here in the 313, your brother, Nick Speed, shout out to Nick, is pretty much a power player.
What's up, bro?
He is a power player in the hip hop community here in the D. What did he think about Cameron's bars?
You know what? I haven't really asked him that directly, but I feel like whenever we talk about Cameron rapping, my brother's just like, oh, okay. You know, my brother is so like nonchalant, like, okay, that's cool. I mean, he wasn't like, oh, we about to get him on a beat. We about to put out a song. Right. But he was just like, okay.
Girl. Oh my gosh. I mean, girl. In addition, so you look like you was enjoying that house though, girl.
It's a nice house. It was a very nice house.
Did you? So no shade to your apartment or anything, because it looks just like my apartment. And I loved when y'all sat down and looked at y'all vision board too. I was like, I have a vision board.
Girl, yeah.
And did you feel like, did that bring up any insecurities? Like, man, this man got this whole house. It seems like his life is very established and like, you know.
For sure. Like when I went to his home and it was all like big and large and this 3-bedroom house and it's just him in it first off, and I'm like, what the hell? And then we go to my little like 1-bedroom apartment. Like my studio was in my living room. It did kind of make me feel like, oh, I'm in like my little place, but at the same time now my place was in a better neighborhood than his was. So, you know, a little give and take.
Let me find out.
A little give and take. I mean, my place was in like Buckhead. So that's like, you know, it was small, but it was popping.
Right, okay.
Small and popping.
We saw the decor.
Right.
Honey, look, does he have any brothers? Because we didn't get to see you meet another Cameron family on the show.
Right. Maybe we'll see it in the finale. Who knows?
But did that happen?
Meet his family? Yes, it did happen. But for some reason, they edited that out. I don't know. I guess they really wanted to drum up Papa Speed. But I met his family. Everything went really smooth. Everything went good. And then on top of that, my dad met his parents. So we was all there kikiing, having a good time. You know, so it's unfortunate that they cut that part out because it was actually like really interesting. So it's too bad.
No
they
shade.
Needed more Jessica and Barnett space, I guess, on the show.
I guess. I suppose.
Right.
I just want to tell you this too, because this is another thing that I'm so excited to have you on the show, and you have become an icon, girl. I got 2 dresses.
Yes. Yes. You better dress up.
People are getting dressed to watch you possibly get married tomorrow on TV.
Girl, it's so, like, it's overwhelming. Like, I just honestly feel so wrapped in love by, like, the whole world, though. Not even, like, hometown Detroit or the U.S., but I'm talking about people are messaging me from Brazil, from Greece, from Tokyo, from Germany, the list goes on and on and on, and all of them are so positive with good messages. Like, even in Africa, like, girl, we dressing up, we having viewing party for the royal wedding, all this, and I'm like, oh man, it's an amazing feeling, and I'm just grateful.
Man, when I'd never forget, like, when you saw him, like, I was like, girl, she did good. Like, was there, like, just a little wave of relief, like, ooh, girl, he fine, thank you, Jesus. Like,
of course, like, I was definitely very pleased with what he looked like physically, but honestly, like, I feel like Cameron and I's connection was so deep that even if he looked a way that wasn't what I had hoped,
yeah,
I still would have probably tried to give it a try, even though, you got to think about your babies, because I want my babies to look like their mom and dad, so I can't just go with anybody now. And that's the truth. That's straight up honesty, right? But, I was definitely pleasantly surprised. Like, okay. Come through.
Girl. Listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time, honey. We will be watching tomorrow, 3 a.m. on Netflix, the season finale or the marriage episode for Love is Blind, Lauren versus a Detroit player, honey.
That's
when they do the spinoff for Lauren, well, I know. I can't even say. I know everybody's.
Give me a few more hours and we can spill all the tea, okay?
If say maybe there was a spinoff, I would hope that you come back and we conversate. And I don't know, maybe you bring, if it works out, bring Cameron down to Belle Isle or something, girl. Before I let you go too, I also want to say this to you. I don't think that it is because of the hashtag Lauren Cameron thing that people again are championing for you so much. You as a woman, the way that you present yourself as an icon, truly an icon. You hold yourself with such grace. It is just, it's beautiful to watch you on TV. So thank you for what you do for the Black girl community as well.
Thank you. And that was so important to me. It really was. Like, girl, thank you so much.
Next time we do this over some drink, okay?
Yes, for real. I'll be in Detroit soon.
Hey, well, cheers to that, boo. Thank you for coming in the live tonight.
Cheers. Thank you, guys. Thank you.